knocking out Alliance-7 for Operation Chimera. It's another easy one. Nothing really special about this mission in any way, shape, or form. We just need to be top damage on our team, and if we want to do this with honors, we need to survive. In fact, you don't even need to win to get this done. Like some of the other missions where you need to be top XP or top damage on your team, it actually can help you if your team loses and you had a good game. Just because when your team loses, typically it's because your overall team did very poorly. You can carry the team and have a great game and just get this done pretty easy because your team is just terrible. I'm in my T29, mainly because I just finished up the Alliance-1 and I used the T29 for that. I realized how fun the T29 was. It used to be one of my favorite tanks. In fact, you can see that I actually have binocs on this tank, and there's a specific reason for those binocs, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I've always enjoyed the T29, but I took the crew out a long time ago and moved them to another tank as I moved up that line and into the E5, which is where I think my original T29 crew was. And so I didn't have a great crew for the longest time, and I think I'm back up to 2 perks on this crew. So in any case, I just happen to be playing the T29 because of Alliance-1, and so I'm still playing it for this. You can do this mission in whatever tier you want to do the mission in. It doesn't even really matter. In fact, it's probably easier to do this in a tier 10. Essentially, you just guarantee that you're always top tier. If you need to be top damage, just pick on the lower tier tanks. As long as it's a tank that you're comfortable with, you can play consistently well in this match. I'm not even top tier. It's a tier 8 match. I'm not a tier 7 tank, but it really doesn't matter because this tank is probably one of my favorite tanks in the game, and it's a consistent performer for me. In fact, I've been playing it so much for Alliance-1. I was just checking out the marks of excellence on it, and I think I'm at pretty close to 92% or something like that on it. So this is a pretty easy tank to just steamroll through things if you need to. And the only problem with this tank is that the gun is not the most accurate. Now, I could put something like a gun laying drive on it instead of those binocs, so let's talk about those binocs for a second. I used to do a lot of 1v1 tournaments when the 1v1 tournaments, or really the tournaments in general, were pretty prevalent. And I don't even know what the map is called at this point, but there was 2 opposing slopes, and you went down the slope into the cities. One of the strategies I always used for the 1v1 was to not move at the beginning of the match, throw up binocs, figure out where the enemy's going, and then push into them so that you're not surprised. Which is why I have binocs on my T29, because this was my tier 7 1v1 tank, because I think it's probably within tier 7 this is the most dominant tank, maybe close to, say, the IS or IS2. But that's why I have binocs on this tank and not like a gun laying drive or something like that. In any case, I actually was hoping to cap and force people back, or even cap and leave a bunch of HP on the table for the enemy so that I could be top damage. And then I realized I really don't have a lot of damage, so I might as well just go out and see if I can't squeeze out a little more damage here. And that's why I got off cap and pushing out, even though from a secondary perspective, I want to survive, so to complete this with honors. But the tanks that are left, other than the J Panther, really aren't a terrible risk to me. So I just decided to push out and guarantee that I'm top damage. So really nothing to this mission-wise. There's that J Panther. He's definitely the only risk to my tank here in terms of surviving. So with those last two shots, I'm pretty much assured that I'm going to get this. In fact, I think I outdamaged the next person on my team by at least 800 damage. So it was probably good that I got off cap and got a few more shots in. But this is something that you're probably just going to do within a round or two of doing it if Matchmaker is cooperating. If you're having trouble with Matchmaker, just do it in a tier 10. Whatever tier 10 you feel comfortable with to guarantee that you're going to be top tier. Just know that at tier 10, you run a higher risk of being in a same tier match with all tier 10s, just because of so many people running 10s. So that is Alliance-7 with honors for Operation Chimera. Not much to it. Like I said, the tier doesn't matter. Just pick whatever tank is most consistent for you. And if you're having trouble, if you're low tier, for example, just don't forget to use that gold. Every shot does count on this. So you don't want to be bouncing shots. And you definitely don't want to be missing shots like I did on that Artie. It'll just make it much more difficult for you. But this is an easy one, guys. You'll knock this out no problem. We'll see you on the next mission. Thanks.